Hey everyone, welcome to another edition of Iowa Panfishing. Tony here. In this episode, we're going to find out who won the 40 count packs of blue and white killer jigs. Looking forward to drawing those names, and I'm going to draw them from an antique bait box, Bob Bet Bait Box. I found this in an antique shop years ago. Inside are all of the names of those who entered the giveaway, and we're going to do that in just a minute. I do want to take you out to the lake for a little bit. It wasn't a good day of fishing. In fact, today was a day in which that old adage that I like to say, a bad day of fishing is better than a good day doing almost anything else. Well, that adage was put to the test today. I will explain in just a couple of minutes.
Got him. Finally. And it's a little one. Oh, too small. Too small. Not a keeper. Not a keeper, but finally a fish. I think I figured out my problem. I'll talk about that in a little bit. There we go. Oh. Poppers under the water. Got it. I went to adjust my paddle so I could move closer, and yeah, this one's nicer. This one's much nicer. All right, they're starting to bite. Oh yeah, that's a big one. Woo, 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 woo. Look at that one. Look at that one. Man, tough day today so far. Been a tough day. That's a nice one there. Yeah, go join your little brother. There you go. All right, let's go. All right, maybe I'm on to them now. I got about an hour. I got about an hour. I've been out here for 3 hours and been hardly getting anything. And now they're starting to heat up. I didn't even. So I just caught one and put it in the bucket, but I didn't have my camera on. It's been one of those days. I'm just going to drop in here. There he goes. Got him. Yeah, that's way too small. That's way too small. This is almost like fishing in a bucket right here. That's all right. At least I'm catching something.
All right, so I only caught a few fish today, and yeah, it did put that saying to the test. A bad day of fishing is better than a good day doing almost anything else, but that's not all that happened out on the water today. Before I announce the winners to the giveaway, I want to share with you this story. It is a fishing story because I have no video. In fact, I don't want video of what I'm about to tell you. All right, so I'm out there, beautiful day, about 68 degrees. Water is glass. There's hardly any wind. Everything was perfect except the fish weren't biting. It was 2 hours before I got my first bite. As I'm tooling around, trying to find the fish, I'm working multiple poles. I've got 4 rod holders in my kayak. 3 of those rod holders are occupied by poles, and the 4th one occupied by my net. Well, somehow, I don't know how, the 2 front poles got tangled. The lines got tangled on those 2 front poles. So I pull one of the poles out of the rod holder, and I sit it down next to my hip inside the kayak. And I'm starting to work the lines, trying to untangle the lines, a little frustrated. And suddenly, unexpectedly, the poles came free. And as the poles released, that pole next to my hip fell into the water, sank out of sight. I lost a pole. But it wasn't just any pole. It was my dad's fishing pole. My dad passed away in 1999. I inherited some of his fishing gear. One of the things I inherited was his ugly stick, his favorite pole, and loved using that pole. I've mentioned it from time to time in Iowa Panfishing episodes, and now that pole was gone. I didn't even want to fish anymore. I get on the phone. I need some consolation from my wife. I call Maria and I tell her what happened. She's beside herself. She can't believe that happened. She's not angry. She just knows how disappointed I am. So I hang up with Maria, put my phone back in my pocket. I tool around for the next half hour or so looking for fish with the poles I have remaining. And something caught my eye at the front of my kayak. There was a bobber, a slip bobber that was hung up in the bungee cords at the front of my kayak. And I thought, well, why is that there? That's weird. I took a closer look, and there was a line, that vicious high-vis line coming out of that bobber, that float. I followed that line. It went back behind my kayak, and I looked down into the water, and there's my dad's pole. It's there. I had been dragging it around for a half hour. So I very carefully bring that line in. I recover my dad's pole. Things are great. I call Maria, let her know. She's excited. We're both excited. And I'm thinking, hey, a bad day of fishing is better than a good day doing almost anything else. The fish aren't biting, but it's a beautiful day, and I didn't lose my dad's pole. So then I caught a few fish. You saw that a few minutes ago. I caught a few fish. And I was working in amongst some structure, and I got a little too close with my kayak. Drifted into some of the sticks, some of the overhanging branches. Maybe you've done that before. And my poles were starting to get hung up. They were starting to bend really bad. I'm thinking, oh man, now I'm going to break a pole. I almost lost a pole. Now I'm going to break one. And so I was able to get out of that mess. I backed out and I said, look, enough's enough. It's time to call it quits. Let's quit while I'm ahead. So I backed out of that structure and I started to head in towards shore to call it a day. And I just glanced back behind me where my dad's pole should have been, the one I recovered, and it was gone. Somehow, at some point, I knocked it out of the rod holder, probably with my paddle, knocked it out of the rod holder and lost it a second time. Now, someone's going to comment. I know you're going to comment. I have leashes in my kayak. And I wasn't using them. And I lost my dad's pole again. I lost the same pole twice during one fishing trip. Repeat after me. A bad day of fishing is better than a good day doing almost anything else. All right, time to pick the winners. Time to pick the winners of the 3 packs of Killer Jigs, the blue and white tube jigs from Killer Jigs. I've got all of the contestants in here, same size pieces of paper, folded the same way, names written on pencil so it doesn't bleed through. I'm going to randomly pick 3. There's 1. There's 2. There's 3. Number 3. All right. And close that back up. Putting Bob bait box back there on the shelf. That was a bit of a tongue twister. All right. Let's see who the 3 winners are. The first winner, Tony Gwynn. Tony Nyugen. Let's see. There we go. There we go. I want to make sure everybody sees the names. Tony is winner number 1. Winner number 2 is Terry Mapes. Terry Mapes is winner number 2. And winner number 3. Winner number 3 is Shane Barker. Shane Barker. Tony, Terry, and Shane, you will each be receiving a pack of Killer Jigs, the blue and white Killer Jigs, and I'm very happy to be able to give those to you. All right, I will be letting the winners know in the previous video where I asked people to enter by letting me know that they subscribe. So I'll be letting those 3 winners know there, with instructions as to how to contact me so that I can get out to them their packs of killer jigs. Thank you to those of you who participated in that, and I look forward to doing more of these giveaways. Unfortunately, I gave away a rod today to one of my favorite lakes. Wasn't planning on doing that. But hey, a bad day of fishing is better than a good day doing almost anything else. All right, until next time, my friends, let's go fishing.